Fancy.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Whittemore Center at Key Auto Group Complex for the Ohio State Buckeyes press conference. The Buckeyes are led by eighth-year head coach Nadine Muzerall. They enter the semifinal game tomorrow with an overall record of 33-4. They defeated Minnesota Duluth 9-0 at the Columbus Regional to advance here to Durham. This is Ohio State's sixth NCAA tournament appearance, also the Buckeyes' sixth trip to the Frozen Four. Fourth consecutive year, the team has advanced to the Frozen Four. They're looking to advance to the championship game for the third consecutive year. Ohio State won the NCAA title in 2022, runners-up a year ago. Joining Coach Muzerall, she has Kayla Barnes and Jennifer Gardner. Coach, let's just begin with overall assessments and comments as you look forward to the national semifinals.
Well, obviously, we're very honored to be here. It's been a long road for anybody that plays women's college hockey. It's a long season. So congratulations to Clarkson, Colgate, and Wisconsin that are here as well. We're very excited to play a Hockey East team. It's nice to have those non-conference games. But these girls are ready. They've worked really hard throughout the year. They only lost, 2 games within our conference before the conference play. And I think that speaks volumes of the talent and the depth that we have within our program in one of the hardest conferences in the country. So, but then, it's a new chapter and you start all over and the board is wiped clean. So it's anybody's game because all 4 teams are extremely talented. And we're ready for the challenge, though, and excited to be here. And we want to thank UNH, too, because it's been very hospitable. I almost went here, actually, in the mid-'90s. So it's nice to be back. It's a great rink and a great city.
Never too late. All right, if you have questions, please raise your hand. We have microphones being passed around, and then state your name and affiliation. So questions, hand up, and we'll pass the microphone out. Okay.
Zachary Rodier, Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio. This is for Muzz. Coming into this game, you said that you were excited to play an ECAC team. What kind of challenges does it bring for a team you guys haven't played all season, and what are you looking forward to in that matchup?
Yeah, I think it's just the excitement of the unknown, right? Sometimes we play teams in our conference 6 times, and it's not as exciting for the players on both sides. And so it's really nice that it'll be good for Clarkson and us to be tested in a different way, and the excitement for the unknown. But I think, we've done a good job scouting film of what we can see, and it's not like we're only scouting the last game against Minnesota. We've watched them closely throughout the year, knowing that they're a good contender. But, it's just going to be different, and we're excited for the challenge. And we know that they have a lot of talented players as well, especially in their D-core, and their goaltending has been very good, very strong.
And one thing with Clarkson defensively, they have great goaltending and are strong in the D zone specifically. And when I was talking to Jen earlier this week, and what I've heard from some players recently is about how Logan Davis, your new goaltending coach, has helped scout the goaltenders a little bit. How crucial has he been to your team so far this season in scouting those goalies? I
think we've had goalie scouts in the past, but Logan has amplified that with he's actually a former Buckeye hockey goalie, and he's done a lot of pie graphs and charts and visuals for the girls so that they can see some areas that we should be targeting.
Okay, more questions? Go ahead.
Reed Murray, the Lantern. Jen, you've been on this team for a while, been to a few Frozen Fours. Just what does it take to win in the Frozen Four?
Obviously, at this level and at this tournament, it's any team's game. So I think just sticking to our game plan that's worked for us all year is just going to be one of the keys to our success. I think just especially this week, dialing in on Clarkson's systems and figuring out what we need to do to counteract at those. But obviously in the Frozen Four, all 4 teams are very talented. So come Friday, it's going to be anybody's game, and we're ready, and we feel prepared for this weekend.
And Kayla, I know your team prides itself on having attacking defensemen, and Clarkson, their 2 leading scorers, are defensemen. So what's that going to be like going against another team that also has a lot of offense coming from defenders?
Yeah, I think we're just focusing on, our game and what we bring to the table. We've done a lot of pre-scout on them. We know what's, coming our way. So just focusing on our systems and playing the way we know how to play. And we feel like we're confident in that, and we're prepared, like Jen said.
Haley Salvian from The Athletic. I'll maybe start with you, Jennifer. As kind of mentioned, you've been to a few Frozen Fours now. You've won a national championship. What is unique or maybe different about this current roster?
Yeah, I think we always talk about how much talent we have this year specifically. I think we've had really good teams in the past, but this year, especially with some of the transfers and the freshmen that we've got stepping into big roles, I think that we see the talent across our locker room, and blending that with the hardworking team and core that we always have has been something that we've leaned back on all year. So I think I'm really excited for this Frozen Four just because I know how special the group is, and how I can even see, I'm sure Coach Muzz as well, but over the past 5 years that I've been here, the team has just been evolving every year. So this year especially is very exciting.
I mean, Coach, can I get your thoughts on that as a follow-up to what Jennifer said?
Sure, it's a unique situation because we have 10 new players, and of those 10, no one's been in this position before, and then we have about another 13 that have been, and so it's talking to two different groups, right? You're talking to a group that's never been here, Kayla Barnes. One of the reasons why she transferred to the Ohio State, she wanted to have the opportunity to perform on this stage. I guess the Olympics were not enough for her 2 times, so, but, and then, trying to keep their composure and their nerves, but then it's balanced by the other 13 that have been here before, and those that have that bitter taste from last year in their mouth. And the transfers don't have that because they weren't here before, but they have their own bitterness from never being here before. So there's a lot of motivation from both sides to capture your first or try to get back what was yours in 22.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just holding onto the mic. If I can ask Kayla, what does it mean to be at your first Frozen Four?
Yeah, it means everything, like Muzz said. One of the big reasons why I came to Ohio State was the opportunity to come to a Frozen Four. And like she said, I've done a lot of things in my career, but this is not one of them. So it's really special to be here, and I'm just really looking forward to the opportunity. Like Jen said, we have such a special group, and the perfect blend of experience at a Frozen Four, but also hunger for never being here as well. There's a lot of us that want a national championship and have never had the opportunity even to get one. So I think that we are just super excited, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity.
Todd Molesky with the Wisconsin State Journal. I guess whoever wants this one.
First of all, who let you in here?
I'll let anyone in here. From going back a couple weeks to the WCHA championship game, and then how you played last weekend in the regional, how important was it? I think some of us were surprised to see the 9 that you scored, but how important was it for you guys to get the 0 that you on the other side to get a shutout after the way the championship game went?
I think it just goes to show the depth that our team has and the abilities that we have and what we can do. I think obviously there's a bitter taste in our mouth after that WCHA final face-off game. So coming into the NCAA quarterfinal, we knew that was kind of chapter 3, starting the national playoff. And so I think obviously Duluth is a very good team, but we really put the foot on the gas and made a statement on what this team can do. And that's why we're really excited to be here at the Frozen Four and for the opportunity that lies ahead.
And to piggyback on that, in order to win championships, the 0 is going to be just as important as scoring any goals, right? Because you have to defend, and you're going to have to play 200 feet in order to win this.
Nicole Haase, USCHO. Jen, how is this different from your other Frozen Four experiences?
I think it's exciting. A couple of us were talking yesterday just about the professionalism that UNH has shown already with the host being the host site. From the hotel, when you walk in and have your signs everywhere and Frozen Four, everything's deckled up. I think it just truly feels like a very special environment to be part of. But also, I think just the city that it's in, it's going to be a beautiful city to explore. And I know a lot of families are coming out, and probably a lot of little girls that are close to Boston and everything. So it's kind of just very exciting on where the location is, but also just the teams that are in it. It's a bit of a face-off between the WCHA and the ECAC. So I think we're excited to make a statement and show our conference off.
So this is unique. I don't know if you guys are aware or remember, but this is 2018 with the same Final Four, Frozen Four teams. Just the reverse order, we're 1 and Clarkson's 4 this time, but that's who we faced off in 2018 and lost in overtime. And then Colgate ended up beating Wisconsin in double overtime. So it's kind of unique that it's coming back full circle 6 years later.
Nadine, since you went there, I wanted to ask maybe how you, I guess, can look back at 6 years ago when that was kind of, Ohio State was just getting there and on the rise to now, and where you see your program maybe seeing these opportunities differently or thinking about them differently than they did at that point, and what it took to get there.
Well, everything about the NCAA and the structure of athletics and recruiting and NIL and pay to play, everything is transitioning and changing rapidly, and you're a dinosaur if you don't get up and change with the change. And so I think that, in 2018, it was my second year, and we went to that Frozen Four, and it's nice that we were not a one-hit sensation for that year. As you had mentioned, we've been here 6 times now, and that goes to the hard work of the players before these young women that have committed to that, because we don't have the ability to just go in our backyard when I was coaching at Minnesota and hand select people based on geographical locations. And our rink is very, humbling, and you have to try to sell outside of everything that we can offer these young women, which is, well, our football team makes more money than your football team, so we get a lot of resources from them, and we're grateful for that. So we're able to provide these elite experiences and these recovery and nutrition and flights for them because of that. And so they have to see deeper into why they choose Ohio State. But we've grown from there. The transfer portal has definitely helped us, and we're going to continue to push in the transfer portal, but then continue to push the recruits that we have, already been communicating with that are, coming up as the next best thing as well. So, yeah, it's totally changed. And now you have the PWHL. I mean, there's been a lot that has changed since 2018. But the good thing is, knock on wood, I have some success here when I was back here in 2013 when we won it here at UNH. So hopefully it gives good vibes here in Whittemore Arena.
Your football coach also has a good education.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm trying to find him. Where can we find him? No, like a picture of Coach Day.
Oh, we'll find you.
Okay, yeah, I got to show those off to friends back home.
Any more questions for the Buckeyes? Yeah.
I'll maybe just ask one more for Nadine, just more specifically about Hannah Bilka. She had a career year offensively as a Buckeye. She's another player who has not been to a Frozen Four yet, but I'm curious what she has brought to your team since joining in the transfer portal.
I mean, what Bilka brings to BC and to the U.S. is all pretty, was exactly what she brought to us. Very fast, very slippery, very creative. I think she's enhanced her defensive side of the game. She's getting better. She's getting better on that. We're slowing down her mind to sometimes have her mind try to catch up with her feet. But she's a special kid because of all the transfers that we have, and they were the most elite on their team. They come in and we don't have one prima donna. They just want to win, and they want to do it as a unified front. And they don't care who puts the puck in the net. But Hannah obviously is special in her dynamic ability from the blue line down, and her ability to make plays and also to score has been a huge threat for our opponents. And of course, she's very grateful to the opportunity to try to win her first as well. So there's a hunger within her as well as Barnes.
Okay, any further questions? Yes, sir.
Coach, I know you guys always take the other team seriously, and it's always about being relentless. But is there anything different in the team's mindset when they get to the Frozen Four, especially after falling short in the championship last season?
Yeah, composure, right? We know they're going to be excited. We know their energy is running, and excitement. We don't like to say the word nerves because they're prepared, and that feeling is more just excitement than nervousness. And I think that it's the mental side of the game at this point. You're physically ready and you're fit. There's nothing that's going to change from now till tomorrow. So it's just the mindset of having it not just relentless in your feet and in your hands, but in your mind that you are the number one team and go out and own it.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck tomorrow, and we enjoy having you here.
Thank you very much.